Consider the various types of mechanical loads and their load requirement characteristics shown on the slide. The first characteristic is constant torque. The requirement of this torque starts from zero speed onwards. This constant torque implies that motor must have that value of starting torque from zero speed onwards. The second feature of this mechanical load is initial power requirement is low, and as load catches the speed, at rated speed power is as usual product of torque and speed. If we look at first constant characteristics curve, then value of torque required is 23.8 Newton meters. When load catches the rated speed of 50 pi or 157 radians per second, then product of speed and torque is 5 horsepower or 3.74 kilowatts. Examples of this type of load is boosting load. Speed requirement is in terms of linear speed. For three-phase induction motor, if starting torque is not sufficient, the resistance control may be used to increase the starting torque. The next load requirement characteristics is linear. That is, as speed of mechanism starts rising, torque requirement also rises. The calendering machine for rubber processing is an example of this torque speed characteristics. The pressing of rubber between two rolls and passing of one pair of rolls output to other pair of rolls reduces the thickness of rubber sheet. If this process has to be faster, then process demands more load, more torque. If this characteristics is superimposed on induction motors characteristics, then we see different situation of interaction between load characteristics and motor characteristics. From the slide for proportional load speed characteristics, we see that for all initial speeds, full voltage motor's characteristics torque is higher than load torque. This ensures that speed will keep on increasing until point of intersection. And this point of intersection is a stable point where load torque and motor torques are equal. Any attempt from load to demand more torque will shift the operating point along motor's characteristics towards higher torque and lower speed. This lower speed will reduce the torque demand and operating point will return to its original position. However, reduced demand of load torque will move the operating point along the motor's characteristics towards higher speed. So at higher speed, load torque rises and operating point returns to its original position. The explanation for parabolic or quadratic load characteristics is same, that is given for proportional load. The last type of load is hyperbolic. Induction motor is not suitable for this type of load since stable operating point could not be achieved except with rotor resistance insertion. As the characteristics intersection shows, a comparatively smaller torque is available under running condition. This suggests that rotor resistance control is more suitable for this type of operation. Now let us consider an important induction motor control using variable frequency supply. Availability of variable frequency source is an additional resource requirement for using this kind of control. This control is used or needs to be used when load requires variable speed. Change in frequency of electric supply changes the speed of magnetic field rotation in air gap between stator and rotor. This field we have named as synchronous speed and symbolized by Ns. The family of graphs shown as variable frequency shows various graphs corresponding to various frequencies. The stable operation of characteristics corresponding to no load to full load shift towards left or right depending upon whether frequency is increased or decreased. These characteristics are known as constant torque variable speed characteristics. This type of control has one disadvantage of having increased flux for reduced frequency and reduced flux for increased frequency. This weakening or strengthening of flux could be rectified by simultaneously changing the supply voltage. For this kind of control, To use supply must be variable frequency, variable voltage supply. This is again an additional resource requirement. The result of using this type of control is shown using last graph named variable voltage and frequency. While using this type of control, ratio of voltage and frequency is kept constant to keep flux inside the motor constant. Finally, maintenance of motor is almost same for any rotating electrical machine. If possible, alignment of shaft to the highest accuracy explains whether shape of balls or rollers inside the bearings is in proper shape. Accordingly, alignment of cylindrical location for bearings to fit in also gets tested through alignment test. Insulation test for both windings is in hot and cold condition should be within specified limit. Connections on terminal box and on leads coming from slip rings should be tested for their tightness. Lubricant should be checked for its quality in terms of its color so that if required lubricant may be replaced. Motor foundations should also be tested to confirm that motor is tightly fitted with its foundation. Motor couplings should be in tight state for smooth transfer of power to the load. In case of belts, tension on belts should be enough for proper operation of power transfer. Air vents provided for forced air to pass through motor body should be cleaned on regular basis so that cooling mechanism performs correctly.